Hello, I'm Chef Mark, bringing you Cooking with Ken today from home. We're going to be making some treats with pineapple today, learning about its properties, how it can be good for our immune systems, especially in this time of a global pandemic, how we can be, consistently eating well, deliciously, and, promoting our own health. So, starting with my pineapple. Get this broken down by cutting off the tops and bottoms, creating that stable surface for our pineapple to be cut on later. We don't want this rolling around or suddenly moving out from beneath us. And just take our knives down the sides, carving away that prickly skin. And with this, I'm not trying to go particularly deep, especially because I'm going to be grilling some of this pineapple later. So some of these pieces here that are seeds on the pineapple, those are completely fine to remain intact. I've seen people try to regrow the tops. You can set these in a container of water, they'll start sprouting roots, but I haven't had any success with this personally, and I've gone about 2 or 3 tries with pineapples. We're going to cut away pineapple, trying to avoid this dense core. I'm going to try and cut as close to the core as I comfortably can without getting actually into it. If there's still good pineapple on the outside, I can always go back and cut that later. If you wanted to make sure you could still use that, if you had like a juicer or blender, blend that into a smoothie, juice it for juice, it doesn't have to go to waste. I'm going to cut a few slabs for my salsa, and the rest of this I'm just going to break down for my smoothie later. You don't have to be too particular about how you cut the pineapple for the smoothie because the finished product is going to be blended up. If your chunks are smaller or larger, it's not going to be too consequential. Now I'm going to put some heat on my cast iron grill pan here. Let that come to temp. And I like to be generous with the time, give it about 1 to 2 minutes, closer to 2 minutes to let it fully heat up. That way you don't have pineapple going onto a cold pan, you're waiting longer for your food to come off the heat. In the meantime, get my hands washed. Get a light coat of spray on. Striking the pineapple on. An immediate sizzle is what you want to hear. How you know your pan was hot. If your pan is not screaming at you when you put food in, it is much too cold. Start by getting my onion dice. I'll need half this onion. I'll set you aside. Always peel away that outside layer, get all that unwanted skin or additional film off of the onion. Now, very carefully, I'm going to make a series of horizontal incisions in my onion. And some verticals. And just like that. Super easily diced onion. Bell pepper, super easy. Take off all the slabs. Any seeds I get in are fine. Sweet pepper, so you're not going to get any additional heat. Yes, the claw technique. So I have my index fingers here all curled in and my thumb tucked behind them. This is preventing me from cutting my fingers at all while I am doing this. I know everybody worries about cutting themselves with their knives in their kitchen, and that fear can be a real deterrent. But if something is predictable, it is preventable. We've got technique for it. So use a bunch of time. Give our pineapple a turn before we move on to our jalapeno. Beautiful. And the char we got on this pineapple is going to be a very nice contrast to the sweetness of it. So it's not so out of place as a salsa. You've got that char contrasting to the sweetness of the pineapple. There's going to be acidity from some lime juice added on, the astringentness of the onion, and of course the heat of our jalapeno that we're going to dice up now. Put this lengthwise. And if you don't mind a little extra heat, by all means keep those seeds in. We'll do the same thing with our bell peppers, but our initial strips we're going to make thinner. Because we've only got one jalapeno here, we want to make sure it distributes very well throughout our salsa. We're going to take our cilantro, about half of this bunch. Chop some leaves up for our salsa. Just a very rough chop on these. And this will brighten our salsa a little bit more with its very vibrant herbaceousness. So as the pineapple cooks, the natural sugars within are being caramelized and you're getting a sweeter pineapple than you would before, but you're still getting that char in there. So if you're looking for this same kind of sweetness, you could just roast them to remove that char element, and you're just going to get a sweeter flavor from your pineapple as opposed to its typical almost citric acidity. As far as how long I'm keeping the pineapple on for the salsa, it's probably going to cook for about 2 minutes on each side. We've reached just about that. Get our initial pineapple removed. Our last 2 slabs on the grill. Let's go ahead and back this pineapple as we go. What remains on my cutting board isn't an issue because this is all going into the same salsa. And this is coming fresh off the grill, so do mind the heat. If you look closely, there are parts of the pineapple that have cooked a little more. They're much deeper yellow. They're almost translucent now. Give me our pineapple check here. Everybody gets a little impatient with their food, wants to cook faster. Killing the heat on my grill pan. The residual heat on the cast iron is going to continue cooking the pineapple without the fire still going. And right here I've got a mixture of paprika, cumin, and salt, and the juice of 1 small lime. I'm just going to mix these together real quick. Just mixing my spices with my lime juice to make it easier to coat all of the salsa. Get it all tossed together. And there we have a gorgeous rainbowy pineapple salsa. So good, just a little bit of acidity from the lime, very bright freshness from the cilantro, and that char from the pineapple. It's adding a nice bit of smokiness to all of this mix. So good. So, pineapple is incredibly rich in vitamin C and manganese. The vitamin C, we all know, is reported to help boost our immune systems. Also very important in these times of COVID-19, especially for taking preventative measures, trying to make sure that you're keeping any kind of sickness at bay. Your immune system is capable of fighting off any sickness. Manganese is necessary for general growth and development, both physical and, well, I guess mental would be physical as well, but all your development from pituitary gland in the brain, your body growing, all together, that's what your manganese is. We're going to get all this in one delicious and healthy smoothie. I'm going to add about 1 cup of pineapple to this small Ninja blender. Any blender is fine. Before I add anything else, I'm going to pulse the pineapple a little bit. Just get that broken down first. Before I Here we go. Into this, I'm going to add about 8 ounces of coconut milk. You'll note that I'm using canned coconut milk here. This has a much higher fat content. As you can see, it's much thicker. That's going to yield a much creamier, smooth smoothie. Going to add 1 banana and get our potassium fix. Now I always like to blend a little bit longer than necessary just to be sure that I've pulsed everything or broken everything down into as small chunks as I can get it. I'm sure many people don't like something that's going to be really pulpy. You want a smooth smoothie. That's why they call it that, I'm sure. Perfect pour. Really good, just mildly sweet from the pineapple. The coconut, like I said before, is making this really, really creamy. And the banana also adds that creamy effect. It's a nice thickener for the smoothie. To this, you might add fresh berries or yogurt, or also protein powder or creatine, any kind of boost that you might want for your meal. Some vitamin B12. Thank you everybody for watching. This has been Cooking with Ken, brought to you by Bridge Kids International. I am Chef Mark. If you guys have anything you would like to see done in future videos, please let us know. This is only the first, and we want to do better to serve you and your purposes in this time of we can't have class. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.